What's up, everybody? Looks like AJM came and left. Are we back on Good Servant Channel 1? What? Everybody let me know if they could hear me. It's been a long week. I can't believe that I made it. 7 days doesn't seem that long anymore. It really doesn't. It kind of flew by. I mean, 7 days, man. What kind of punishment is that? I mean, I think at the very least they should have let me use my community page to warn people. But at least they let me come in with the groovy StreamYard backup music. This part's kind of funky, guys. I'm just enjoying being back here for a minute. Let me soak up the ambiance, man. How does it sound? How does it sound in the chat? I'm just soaking it in, man. The Good Servant is back. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, they give us these funky little background musics or whatever. And some of them are okay, man. That's we all need a little bit of walk up music, you know what I mean? A little intro jam or something like that, you know? And I got to be careful, right? Like, I probably should have just went live on 2, but because I don't want to lose this one right away. Like, I want to have people up here, but then I got to be careful of what I say and what they say, and that's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hamper anybody, you know? And it sucks only because if you get a strike from this point, it's 90 days or something like that without being able to load, or I don't know, or 30 days. I don't know. It's more time. And so until one of these strikes or warnings falls off, right? It might be better just to go on 2. That way, if something goes wrong, then I just lose the smaller channel. But I'd like to get channel 2 up to, like, hopefully up to 100 would be nice, just to be able to know that everybody pretty much that comes here even once in a while gets it, or we'll get or we'll have it. And like, because it's not just the regular people. Of course we're gonna be over there, right? But it's like, it's the people that you see like once a week, or the people you see like every couple of weeks. Hey, Shannon. And so man, I just been like very, I feel like I have to walk on eggshells lately, right? Because it seems like, I mean, people get mad at me, man. Like, horribly mad at me. Not that they're horrible, but just people, like, just for small things, man. People get mad as if I, like, assaulted their mom or something like that, you know? And I'm like, I want to agree with everybody. Trust me. I want to agree with you guys. Everything. I want to say what you want me to say. Trust me on that. That's just who I am as a person. I want to tell you what you want to hear. I do. But at the same time, I have to say what's true, you know? And if I disagree about something, I don't want someone to hate me and friggin' not talk to me ever again because I disagree. And it's only out of love that I say that, right? I'm sorry that it's not going to work out. I'm sorry that this world is falling apart and will never recover. I'm sorry about that. But I didn't write the story. I didn't write the rules. I didn't create the laws out there, right? It should be obvious, right? That even if we cleaned this whole place up and took all the leadership out and put only good people in there, that it would be like this again. And it hurts when one of you guys is mad at me, dude. It hurts. That's the only time that I ever do feel pain. Is for you guys, Like, I can't believe it sometimes. Not that it's bad. I'm not complaining, right? Because it's good to have people love you enough to want you to, like, they want you to agree with them because they love you, And I get that. People, they feel strongly for what I think or whatever. But if I don't feel that way, I'm not going to say that I do. And I've had people be mad at me for not agreeing with them on some kind of biblical thing or something in the world or whatever. And trust me, there's no love lost on my end. I mean, I get it. Look, trust me, I can sympathize with anybody being angry. Even at me, I get why there would be some anger there, but I feel like people hold me to a really high standard, And maybe I'm tripping. Maybe that's not true and I just feel that way. But it seems like people come in here griping about things that aren't really my fault or things I can't control. Yeah, then biblical topics are strong. And sometimes the difference, right? Sometimes the difference in agreeing and disagreeing in the Bible is like one word, right? Or where exactly it is in the in the order of things. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? And I want to let you know that I have a channel called Good Servant 2. And every time that I get a strike and I'm off for a week, I'll be over there. And I might be over there more anyway. Yeah, and I know that, right? And I know that like a lot of us are just stressed out, right? A lot of us are just stressed out. I know you get that, Shannon. I get it, But it's like I can't help anybody if I get shut out, Like that's where I feel helpless, And it's my own character flaw, right? Because I want to fix something that just probably should be left alone. And it's like, oh my God, how do I fix this? It's like, I don't even know really what I did wrong. I mean, I get where the anger is coming from, but then I got to like find a way to apologize for my half without it being not genuine, Like, how do you apologize for something you don't think you did, right? So it has to be a genuine admission of my part, right? And so it's hard sometimes to find that, right? Because you more than being sorry, people want you to be authentic, right? You have to be real, right? If you're not real with people, then what's the point of even talking? You just gotta be yourself and show love, right? And so it is what it is. Oh, that's cool. You've been working in the yard. That's cool. I mean, man, there's just a lot going on. It seems like there's a lot going on in the world, man. A lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of crazy stuff. And don't think that I don't have my struggles, Like, there's times where I'm thinking thoughts that I shouldn't be thinking, Nothing crazy, nothing criminal, right? It just like, yeah, I want to be better too, And even something minor feels harsh to me, But I'm far from perfect. I'm far from in the mold of what I need to be, right? And I don't think that you have to be a believer to know what that feels like, right? You guys know what it feels like to feel like a wretch. No matter how perfect your day went and how good you've been, you just feel like a wretch, Well, I mean, I would say, buy food, right? Stock up a little bit, but only because there's better things to die of than being hungry. So I'm not mad at preppers for sure, because that's the last thing I want to. I don't want to die of being hungry or sick, right? But I'm definitely not trying to live 3 more days on Earth. I mean, I wouldn't prep for that reason. I would just prep because I just would rather die of something other than hunger, right? Something quick, hopefully. It's sad that we got to think about this kind of stuff. Like, we're like, aren't we good people? Like, aren't we decent folk? You know what I mean? Like not good people in like holy wise, right? But like, we're decent people, right? We care about others, right? We're nice to people, and we got to talk about, what's the best way for them to kill me? And we're getting banned off of the computer, and it's just crazy, man. Oh yeah, and then there's the Super Bowl, right? It's the year of the tiger, right? And oh wait, the the Rams are in the Super Bowl, right? So what's the odds of that? A horned beast and a tiger, right? And then the guy that's the quarterback for the Rams used to play for the Lions, right? Like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And then he's on the Rams, right? Which is like a goat, right? It's just such a ritual. And I used to think, right, there was a time, because these athletes are so just gifted, right? They can just do amazing things with their body, that I believed it was real. But now looking back on it, right? Looking back on it, I should have known that anything involving that much money is not left up to chance. There's absolutely no chance that any of those games was legit, because there's just too much money riding on it. There's billions and billions of dollars riding on football every week. And yeah, that's right. God gives us brains for a reason, right? It's good to prepare, but also good to trust God, you know. But that doesn't mean to test God and purposely put yourself in. Yeah, that's right. Hey, amen, Luke. That's actually a great thought right there. That's a good way to think. That's a good way to think about anything. It's a nice structured thought. I didn't think like that until I was almost 40 years old. I used to do everything like, impetuous, like very impulsive. Like, oh, I want candy, go get candy. Like just that kind of thoughts. Not like, I want some candy, I might as well put some money away and then give me some candy to have later. If there was no structure or plan. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just being goofy because I'm happy that the channel's back. And yeah, football is rigged, man. I think everything's rigged now. I even think that when baseball, when they were hitting all those home runs, I believe that even when they got caught and all that with the steroids, I believe that was even rigged too. Like they never would have gotten caught. Like that was part of it too. Oh yeah, the 49ers. Yeah. Well, the Niners were not that good of a team this year, right? And we didn't expect to be where they were at. I mean, the Giants were better, to be honest. The San Francisco Giants were great last year, and we fell apart. That made me a little bit more mad. I don't watch it, but I mean, for my family, I follow the numbers. And I was more upset about the baseball because we should have won. We won 107 ball games. But this football team was just what 9-7, I guess. We barely got in. We limped in. Our quarterback only played 15 games, 14 games of it, you know. And you know, I mean, we were ahead. We were at 10 points in the last quarter, and we took a deuce, man. Sometimes you're winning and your team takes a deuce on the field, man. I shouldn't talk like that. I'm just, what a year we've had, you know? Everything has been rigged, you know? I mean, what a weird place this is, man. Like, there's no good guys, there's no bad guys, there's no truth, there's no, like, there's one very narrow way, and you're, like, lucky and blessed and, you know, to find it. Like, if you don't find it, or if you don't see the right video, or if you don't run into the right person, or, you know, if you don't have the right experience, you don't end up here. And that's the crazy part of it, right? I mean, imagine if you lived your whole life the way you lived it, but like a few things were different, right? You weren't quite broken enough when God was trying to find you, or you saw the wrong videos, or you ran into people that made your life easier and you never needed to call on God, or you never had a Bible, or you went to the wrong church and were, you know, like anything could have gone wrong, and changed everything in our lives, right? Yeah, this reality gives me the willies. That, I'm gonna put that up there on the board. That's the comment of the day right there. This channel absolutely, I mean, this reality gives me the willies. Well, Deb, I think the Packers did win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, right? And a couple with Favre, right? So it's not like you have it horrible out there if you're a football fan. But yeah, man, it's like if anything went wrong, could you imagine? Hey, Shulamite, hey Teresa. No, because it's weird that it's just weird that like, could you imagine, right? If you, I don't know, man. If I was more successful in life, I probably would have. I would have never found God. Maybe it was the brokenness that helped me find God. You know. Realizing my own mortality, realizing that I'm not invincible, you know, or, you know, being down or being hurt or being, you know. Oh yeah, you see Packer fans, yeah, everywhere. But now that I know just how satanic everything is, man, it's like it's hard to enjoy that stuff. Yeah, the Browns I don't think are gonna win. I think that's all done. Jim Brown was the last champion. Did they ever win a championship? I think they did back when Jim Brown was running. And I guess you can make a case he was the best of all time. But I would still say it's a tie between Barry Sanders and Walter Payton, and then maybe Jim Brown is third. But what's his name? Barry Sanders' dad said that Jim Brown was the best ever, and that his son was number 2, which that's pretty, you know, that's being what do you call it? Pretty objective, you know. If you don't even say that your own kid is the best, you know. And Barry Sanders would have had all the records, but he quit when he was like 30 years old. He just walked away. I mean, there was still plenty of money left on the table, you know. Everything in this place is satanic. You're right. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was Teresa saying she was gonna set her alarm. I was gonna say there's never any pressure on the Good Servant show. If it's better, if it's hard to make the show or whatever, then don't worry about it. The way I look at it is that they're all the same, you know. I think. I mean, you guys don't think all these shows are the same? I mean, maybe some are better than others, you know, depending on if we get some steam going and start talking about some good stuff or whatever. But I always think the shows are better, like the ones where everyone's like at the end, like high fiving and you know what I mean? Like, I love you guys, man. I'll be here tomorrow. You know, those are my favorite ones, you know, um, where everyone's all connected and feeling good, like right when they leave, you know. I would give having good shows just to have a guaranteed great 7 minutes at the end, you know? Like I would give up, you know, the quality of the whole first part of the show just to know that I nailed it for the last 7 minutes, to have that reaction from everybody that like, oh man, without you guys, I don't know if I'd make it, you know, and you know, everybody just loving on each other. That's the best. I don't know if you guys, you know, think of it the same way. Would you rather have like a good topic, or is it that feeling when you leave, you know? I don't know. You have 2 hours difference. So is that good to have a 9, because Tom wanted me to have the show earlier, and I was thinking about maybe doing it an hour earlier. And that way I could do the evening show an hour or two earlier so that the UK people can come to it. Because the whole reason that I started doing it at, you know, 5 or whatever, 7, it was for Australia, but I only have a couple Australia people. And so it's almost better in the morning. It's late for them, you know, but in the afternoon, it's like right now, it's actually regular time over there. You like good topics and just talk? Yeah, I like just chatting, you know, like when we're up there just chatting. It's just hard, right? Because like, man, like, do you think it's more comfortable on the second channel because we can just really talk more, right? Be open and not worry, not have to worry, you know. But I wonder, like, if like I'm gonna see the people that only come once in a while, like if they're gonna know that we're over there, you know. Because when it says, like, say it says 8 or 10 people or whatever on, you know, that it says the number, well, there's probably really 4 people here, and then like people are coming in and seeing what's going on, and then they're leaving, right? So if you're maintaining 8, it's probably each person is watching for 5 minutes and leaving, right? So if you're maintaining 20, you're probably getting 60 people watching. It's just they don't, not everybody stays for the whole thing, you know. Some people listen to 5 minutes of it, some people 10, 20 minutes. Yeah, hey, and I'm telling you right now, I agree. I find it very disturbing that it's hard to find. Like, I think that if we're going to live in a cesspool of lies and deception, that there should be a place that we could go that's safe, where there'll be all the truth, you know, so that we can hang out over there. We can make a decision to say, okay, well, we don't want to be on the lie part. Let's go over to the true part. But there isn't a true part. There's nowhere. There's no other, you know, that's the whole thing, right? Is there's no other place to go, you know? Oh yeah, the morning. Well, see, I'm a morning person if I am up all night. But if I sleep at all in the night, I hate the mornings. But usually I don't sleep that much. I sleep an hour or two, maybe at night, and maybe an hour and two in the day. But I'm exhausted right now. Like, I'll tell you, I'll probably close my eyes after this if nobody wants to talk. I'll close my eyes and I'll probably just zonk out, you know? Yeah, I know, Ann. It's tough. It's so tough. And I'm sorry that you don't feel safe, you know? And I definitely know what it feels like to not fit in. I can relate to you on that. And just know that God knows how you feel. And He's never going to leave you to a point where you're helpless, you know? He's going to take care of you, or He's going to bring you home, you know? And so, you know, feel comfortable with that, you know? It's just so sad. I know. I mean, look, I don't understand it either. But I think that the world needed to get to this point, right? Which is ridiculous, but it didn't always start off like this, right? I mean, there was probably times in life where everything was honest, and you know, one lie would have been a big deal, you know? It's just now we're at a point where people lie constantly and they're okay with it. And even very, very honest people still lie. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy, right? And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't want it to be doom and gloom, right? Because it's not doom and gloom. I mean, we if you look at the overall story, right, it's probably the best case scenario is that we are what we are and we have the God that we have. It's probably the best thing that could happen to us. But right during this part, right, of the overall story, if you compartmentalize it, right, yeah, it is tough right here. But if you take the story as a whole, it's the most beautiful love story in history, right? Of our creator that thought of us, every detail of us, and wants to spend eternity with us. So bad that he was willing to die. I mean, it's pretty special, you know? Yeah, God has always protected you. Always. And even when you think that, like, you know, even when you think that life can't get any weirder or any worse, or, you know, that you can't go on, just know that there's going to be an ending point to this, right? And the amount of everlasting contentment is, I mean, a long time, you know? Uh, a billion years, right, is going to be like a poof, you know, compared to eternity. I mean, we're going to be forever. I mean, it's a number so big that even that terrifies me, even though it will be everlasting contentment, you know? This is a blip. This was a mistake. This was human beings did this to, we did this to ourselves, right? And he got us, he reconciled us, and we're just waiting for everybody to get here so we could get out of here. And the fact that it is this bad, and the fact that we are at this point in time, should give us great confirmation that it's all happening, that it will happen, that it's we have so much confirmation that we know that it's true, you know. And at least we could rest on that, because I don't even think 30 years ago, right, that you had this kind of confirmation. It was all faith, right? It was, you know, and it still is a leap of faith, but we're so sure now that it's not even you know, it's not even a question in my mind. You know, I'm just waiting for the inevitable, which is for for God to come back and get us, or for this tribulation to kick off and for us to live through it and then for him to come get us. Either way, I don't care. Bring it on, you know? And if it's got to get worse for a little while, then, you know, I'm prepared for that, you know? That's right. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. It's amazing. It's just so amazing. But I totally understand what David was saying in Psalm 119, right? Like, I love all of your precepts, you know? Yeah, I'm ready to be whatever I gotta be, man. If I gotta get beheaded or if I gotta get shot or whatever, I don't really care. They can come now for all I care. They really could, man. I would be okay with that. I mean, I'd miss you guys, but you know, I know that you guys will end up there eventually, whether it's days or hours or whatever. Yeah, in him I will trust. That's it. I mean, Jesus did all the hard work, right? I knew growing up something was wrong with the world, but couldn't put my feet. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, Ann. Like, I always felt like kind of like I didn't really fit in or I wasn't really part of everything. Sometimes I felt like maybe I'm like the only real person and everyone's staring at me, or it was kind of weird, you know? Like nobody ever told me I wasn't cool, but I didn't feel cool if I you know what I mean? Like I definitely felt uncool. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy, you know? And so while I'm happy that we have I'm happy we have this channel back. Um I'm also thinking that we should probably stay on channel 2 for a while. Well, okay, vote. Okay, you guys in here vote, right? Should we go on channel 1, stay here, or should we go on channel 2 for live streams? What do you think is better? I mean, I'd feel more free with guests on 2, but I would also, but more people would see it on 1, especially morning shows. Okay, Deb says 2. I did put a vote out there. I don't know if anybody voted on it. Maybe we will go on 2. Yeah, did you ever feel like you were like the only real person and that everyone was a robot or something? Or that they were all just watching you and like you were like the only person on earth, like the Truman Show? Like I felt like that before. I know that sounds crazy or whatever, but I was also a little kid when I felt like that, you know? Morning shows on 1 and then evening shows on 2. That would be interesting. I guess I could do that. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. We'll do that. We'll do morning shows on 1 and then evening shows on 2. That sounds good. Oh, I'm glad that you were able to read that to him though. But we're gonna be home soon, Ann. I mean, try to try to think about like all the good things, right? And all the positive stuff, right, that we have ahead of us, right? And I know that there's many, many good things that you have to look forward to that I know that you know already know about, right? And it's just a matter of being able to and endure till the end, Exodus 2 chapter 22. I have been a stranger in a strange land. Yes. God, it makes me think, right, just how great what's truth, man? I got a strike, man. And so I had 7 days where I couldn't upload. So I do have Good Servant too, and we were over there, and we had shows just as big over there. Morning shows were better, but on Good Servant 2 is good. I did text message Dee Dee today and yesterday, and I did hear from her. She had to go to the hospital for some stuff. She was in pain, and I'm not really sure exactly what was going on with that, but she had a lot to she had a lot going on with her kids and all that stuff. Over on my community page, it should be there on there already. I got a strike for medical advice. Yeah, same bull crap. Yeah, I got a strike. So I have a warning and a strike now on this channel. But it is what it is, I would have had somebody up here today, but I'm just kind of nervous right now to because I have to be careful because getting another strike, then the punishment is longer, right? Like it's either 30 or 90 days without being able to upload, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, buddy. I want to make sure that, yeah, because what's crazy is I could tell people get the jab, get the jab, get the jab, and it's all good, right? But if you say, hey, weigh your options, then it's it's a crime. It's this is tyranny, This is what it is, man. I'm just a disabled Army veteran having a Bible channel for older ladies, right? And I'm getting struck off the internet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be nice, man. Spread the truth. Not trying to paint myself like I'm some kind of, innocent little lamb, but compared to the filth that gets put on here, it is a little absurd, right? If you think about it in the best possible light, right? It's absurd, right? It's absolutely absurd, man. That I could do whatever perverted thing that I want on here, right? And it'll be okay. But if you start telling the truth and spreading God's love, right, then you're out of here, And so it is what it is, And yeah, it's like I'm not telling anybody what not to do. I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do, And I can only tell you what I would do. But I mean, come on, man. If we got to walk on eggshells like that, when there's 9, what do they say? I don't believe it, but they say there's 9 billion people to monitor, and they got me slipping. I mean, on my little channel over here in the corner. I mean, come on, man. We're that's way beyond ridiculous, To me, it's beyond ridiculous. And with these AIs and just how good they are at with the computer algorithms and all that, man, it's crazy, man. Oh yeah, they got videos, man, where people are smoking meth, man. Yeah, and it's all good, right? For for them, they can just be on there smoking drugs, man. But what it is, what it is, man. I mean, look, I mean, we all have things in our lives, right? I'm not an angel, right? But it seems like the better you try to do in this life, the worse it gets for us, And just remember that Jesus has done everything for us. He's the hero, really, of the whole world. And as long as we put our faith in him for what he's done for us, right? Then we don't have anything to worry about. It's just frustrating that when we're trying to spread that joy and peace to everyone else, we hit roadblocks every time. Whereas if we didn't care and we kept it to ourselves, right? Then that type of selfishness gets rewarded. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't happening. Well, trust me, I love you guys, man. You guys are a part of me. I mean, you guys are more than just friends, And that's the truth, Even when I would say the weakest member of this group that has ever been here, right? That person's gone now, but I would have died for that person too, And so if that tells you anything, that's how I feel. And it gives me purpose, And I think the key is that, if you don't need anything from somebody or anybody, right? If you're not angling to try to get something from somebody and you just want to share what's inside you with the rest of the world, right? Then you're going to have a little bit of there's people are going to want to hang around and hear what you got to say, And I think that type of authenticity, I'd rather watch somebody that's real than somebody that's right all the time, Like that authenticity matters to me, that people are being real with me. Because it's so rare in this world, But anyway, guys, guess what time it is? It's time to hit the old dusty trail. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory goes to God because he deserves it. Pray for the children, please. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Channel 1 at 7 a.m. I love you guys.